Good afternoon. Welcome to Southeastern 16's reaction video on the early slate of games. So far, your biggest winner might be the rain. Oh, hello, Jay Greason.
How are we doing today?
With us today. Good. Let's see what we've got. We've got one final score so far. North Carolina has polished off Holy Cross 4-0 and used probably its best starting pitcher. And we have got several games going. Kentucky has just gotten underway in Lexington after a long rain delay. I'm sorry, not Lexington, Clemson. The Wildcats, as I look at the scoreboard, have got the bases loaded with one out on West Virginia. It has been a horrible day so far for Florida, and it is coming to an end soon, I would think. East Carolina is up 11-2, although the Gators do have two on with one out in against East Carolina. That's Coastal's regional. That's right. Texas up 1-0 on Houston Christian. Alabama and Miami just getting started. I think LSU still in a rain delay. I don't know if it's actually raining or they're just being cautious. And we'll have North Dakota State and Arkansas starting here at any minute, I think, if that's not a weather situation. By the way, chime in the chat. If you're watching, you got notes on weather, start times, all that. We got a lot to monitor here. As I've got squeeze play in front of me, and to my right, Texas and Houston Christian on an iPad. Gentlemen, what's standing out to you today? Jay Greason, I'll let you start if you prefer.
That it started with a downpour, and right now it's beautiful, at least in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but they're not playing any baseball here. So it's just part of it. And it kind of circles back into our conversations of playing the early game in case you may think it's weather.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that might have been the strategy some places. We've got rain in Knoxville, although I think they're playing through it. Or is it stopped now, I guess? And again, we had 3 SEC games, plus Georgia was delayed. My goodness.
Yeah, my first thought was when I saw this was like, looking like a smart move for Jay Johnson to do what he did weather-wise, because I don't know when they're going to be able to get that game in. Ben McDonald has been a lot of tweets and pictures of tarps on the field from Ben McDonald, who has that regional in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Sam confirms they are playing, which, yeah, it looks like it stopped raining from looking at it through my TV. Sam, let us know.
The biggest takeaway, and I think it blows all our hair back, and it's the talking point of the action right now. I don't think any of us can lift a paw with this, but raise your hand if you had Florida getting waxed in game one.
You know, the injuries, at some point, sometimes it catches up to you. For instance, Texas made it fine for weeks with injuries, just kept on chugging, and then it kind of got to them maybe late a little bit, especially where Texas missed Jared Spencer. I mean, Florida's got 4 really good starters out of its lineup right now. And Peterson did not have it today. They were barreling him left and right to start the game. McNeillie wasn't much better. Florida was in a 2-0 hole in the first, a 4-0 hole in the second. It's like every inning, Wake was not just scoring but getting traffic. And they went through 2 of Florida's better arms just like that.
But to that point, Chris, and yes, injuries for the most part are, if talent is 1, experience is 2, how healthy you are is probably 3. But none of their missing starters gave up 11 runs today.
No, they did not.
Yeah, to me, the Florida thing, it's Peterson, right? Like, yes. Obviously, I didn't. The Shelton news was a surprise to me. I didn't think that he was just not going to be able to go, but it's Peterson. So the only good thing about the Peterson news is, like, if they are able to make it to the regional final, like, he didn't throw that many pitches. So
threw 48, and McNeillie threw 39.
You could have him on the table if they make a deep run.
Now, I mean, with all apologies to his mom, Sloan Peterson, who dated Ferris Bueller in high school, that guy was dreadful today.
Yeah.
I was today years old when I learned that her last name is Peterson. Sloan Peterson.
Well, I mean, there's Cameron Fry, there's Ferris Bueller, and there's Sloan Peterson. And, of course, everybody's favorite, Principal Ed Rooney.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rooney.
Not a good Wikipedia page.
No,
that guy was great as Ed Rooney was great as a minor character in The Hunt for Red October. Really kind of craptastic as a human being.
Yeah.
That is a dark Wikipedia page.
I mean, and takes a turn. I mean, it's like it's way quicker in the dramatic buildup, but takes like a what's the game movie where the guy is a guy where we thought he was a girl for the whole movie?
Hot chick?
No.
I thought you were
That's
gay.
not a
I don't
movie,
think
that's
I
a
want
farce.
to. I'll just let you guys do this.
I thought you were whipping out the deep cuts for Rob Snyder there.
Don't be using the word whip out when we're talking about this type of movie type of conversation.
My bad. That's on me.
Back to baseball. Oh, wow. Kentucky did not score in the first. They had the bases loaded, I think, with one out. So that's not good for the Cats. We've got Cincinnati 10-4 over Wake. Winner gets Tennessee if the Vols get by Miami of Ohio tonight, which I'm betting they do. Although that's they got a good arm they're facing there. We've got Florida. Let's see what's going on in Florida, East Carolina.
Florida has runners on the corners.
Okay, yeah, 2 out. So they need a hit here to make it, to have a fighting shot.
Looks like a ton of East Carolina fans made the trip to Conway.
Yeah. How about Connor Norby for them today? I mean, not Connor, Ethan Norby. Connor Norby's the third baseman for the Marlins.
Yeah, he's been good for sure. It just
We have
seems
another home run in Wake.
Yeah,
Ball
that's
was
what
really
Sam
getting
said.
out of Lindsey Nelson today.
Adam, what just happened to Florida? I think everybody's trying to figure it out.
Their swings against McNeillie and Peterson were so good, I almost wondered if they had the pitches.
So if that's the case, what do you think they pick what do you think's more likely? They pick something up on film, or that's other coaches around the country?
No clue.
By the way, squeeze play is fantastic.
We got 6 games right now.
Yeah, I
squeeze
got
play.
it right now.
Did you see the Houston Christian Texas game?
Oh, yeah, I got it on right now.
Did you see the throw from right field earlier?
Yeah.
Tremendous play.
Houston Christian looks like Florida right now. Those uniforms.
wearing jorts?
Tim Tebow's not on the TV screen.
Tim Tebow ain't walking through that door, brother.
We need squeeze play for SEC regular season. Why do we not have this?
We need it.
Auburn had a walk-off squeeze play.
How about wrong squeeze play, Jay Greason? Can you imagine if SEC football had like a red zone?
The numbers that thing would get would be phenomenal. By the way, how about our boy Scott re-signing today? Like he waited till the last second to re-sign a new deal to keep doing that.
Wait, what's that?
Scott Hansen. The last year of his contract was up to be the host for Red Zone, and he re-signed officially.
I pity the man who has to replace him.
Me too.
He's that dude's going to be carrying like the weight Bob Kessling carried for 15 years, replacing John Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you're at the apex of your powers and call a perfect game, there are a lot of people who are still going to say he ain't John Ward.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He gives a lot of interviews. What blows me away the most is he doesn't take any bathroom breaks.
Who's that?
Scott.
Oh.
Hansen.
I thought you were talking about radio legends. I was in the Vandy press box one time. Have I told you all this story?
Mm-mm.
Larry Munson, it's halftime, and Larry Munson's got like 8 minutes, and he's banging on the door. There's like a line of us to get in there, and he's got to use a stall. And eventually Larry gets frustrated, and in that gravelly voice, he goes, "For God's sakes, would you pinch it off already?" And I mean, the whole place busts up. I'm not walking out of that stall for like 45 minutes.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
man. Okay, so Florida couldn't do anything and trails 11-3 going into the ninth.
How about our guy, Sam Smith, said he screamed at Wake Forest's pitching coach about going to start Vegas.
Sam is so right.
Sam.
Hello. You want to say hey?
Southern Cal TCU underway. That's what a noon start time out in Corvallis, I believe.
Yeah. From what I can tell, Texas Regional looks slammed. Weather looks great. Same for Fayetteville.
Ooh. North Dakota State just got a run off Aiden Jimenez in the first.
They did it with 2 outs too.
Yeah, a little just take the pitch where it was.
Could you imagine how cold February baseball is in North Dakota?
I'm guessing you don't.
Can you
have
imagine how cold
February
May baseball is in North Dakota?
Yeah, I'd like to see when their first home game would have been.
Yeah. April.
Okay, we have 6 games in front of us. I'm trying to decide which one I need to have my eyes on at the moment.
By the way, we're getting lots of questions about, do we think Florida can win this regional? Not looking good, guys.
Well,
Not impossible, but it's not like, again, with Shelton out, like that's a big loss.
I talked to someone down there. Shelton, I said, "What's the deal?" I said, "Maybe back for a super." That was a maybe. So I did we not just all think he was coming back this week?
Yeah, that's a big reason why I picked him.
Yeah.
Because, again, he had 17 doubles. That was the most in the conference. Then he missed a long time, and he comes back and he hits 2 more doubles down the stretch.
What is going on in Bethune-Cookman, Florida State here?
They got the camera on Link Jarrett. I'm trying to see what the deal is. They're top left screen for me.
I thought they got a run, and then the umpire waved the play off and called an out.
Along those
It
lines,
looked like.
just a side note, it affects your school with the on your T-shirt last night. And I know this is off tangent. It's not movie related. Softball needs to fix their blocking the base obstruction rule, because that was a load of malarkey last night.
I saw that on Twitter. That looked.
Well, it happened in the Ole Miss game first. That was at a play at
Yes.
base, and then it happened in the nightcap with Oregon and UCLA at the play at home. It gets called way more in softball than it does in baseball. Like, it's not close.
And I get the reasoning for blocking it up because they're requiring runners to slide, but a foot in front of the base is, I mean, dear goodness, man. Whoo.
Yeah, it drives me crazy when the ball gets there. Like, when it beats the runner by like a foot. Like, I don't know what the defensive player is supposed to do.
Someone asked about Florida getting out. Fairfield's got a couple of decent pitchers. I'm presuming Coastal wins this one tonight. And an okay offense, but of course not facing SEC pitching. You know, Coastal's your issue. Coastal is so deep on the mound that getting a game behind them is not where you want to be. But let's see what Florida's got left. I mean, we have seen Kevin O'Sullivan do this before, where guys throw their best ball in the postseason. Do you have a box score in front of you, Graham?
For the Florida
Peterson
game?
threw 48 today. McNeillie threw 39. I mean, you've got Aiden King, presumably, would be your starter tomorrow. You still got Jake Clemente. Obviously, you can bring McNeillie and Peterson back. Billy Barlow's available. Philpott, Barbieri, Cade McDonald, Rodriguez, Pierce Coppola, maybe Matthew Jenkins. I mean, they've still got a lot of arms.
Yeah, they do. I'm looking at pitch counts. So only 5 of them threw more than 25 pitches today.
Okay, give me the pitch counts.
Liam Peterson, 48. McNeillie, 39. Roland, 32. McDonald, 20. Philpott, 18. Rodriguez, 26. And then however you pronounce this last guy, number 99, 24.
That's Rick Wild Thing Vaughn.
Dioka.
I wish it was that easy, Jay.
Oh, Houston Christian just got a run and has got 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. Those do look like Florida.
Yeah. So
how about
I think
Texas going with Ethan Walker today, by the way?
Yeah, probably just Slosh felt good about this matchup, and didn't want to waste one of his top 3 to 4 arms for this matchup.
Yeah.
And if it spun sideways, he's got the Riojas fella.
Right.
What?
Spelled sideways. I like it. You slip that in there?
Is that B-A-B-A-R? There are 2 B's in that, Babar? Wasn't there a children's book about an elephant named Babar?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's full-fledged.
Right,
I'd go fledge on
absolutely.
that.
I could do that one too.
Come on, Sam.
You don't have any
sweet.
children? No elephant books.
Yeah, oh, sorry. That spleen was a spitting image of my brother.
Sam,
the whole fist there, Doc?
Sam says he put in a good word for you to be the new voice of the Titans, Chris.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's just what they need is me.
Sam, if you're a Titans fan, you're going to love Taylor Zarzar. He's a phenomenal play-by-play broadcaster.
Didn't he catch passes at Villanova?
No.
There was a Zarzar that ran patterns for Villanova. I know a lot of times I'm full of crud, but I'm looking that up.
This Zarzar is from Mobile, Alabama. He's been the voice of the PGA Tour forever.
His family
he hasn't done
invented raw steak, right? Oh no, that's Taylor Tartar.
Tartar. By the way, Sam, are you excited about Mike Keith being the voice of the Vols?
Hey, Mike Keith's going to be great.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Super, super class guy.
Yes.
Ready to hear what he sounds like for basketball.
That's true.
Well, I mean, he's going to be great, but in football, his thing is he just yells the words like sack. What's his word going to be for basketball?
I hope it's dunk.
Just at the top of his lungs.
Yeah. Steve Hammer in the paint. Power dribble. Dunk!
Probably a lot like that.
Louisville's pulled ahead of East Tennessee State now 4-2. East TSU has now got one of its best pitchers out for the tournament.
Yeah. What do we make of that timing of that? Like that news came out literally right before their first game. I just thought
I don't know. I mean, that might be something you hold back if you're a coaching staff just to give a team one more thing to think about. But you know what I bet it was, Graham, now that I think about it? I bet it was coinciding with the 27-man rosters.
Gotcha.
I don't know when they have to turn those in, but
By the way, Arkansas is about to score here.
so
I
let's
want
see.
you to
We've
put that on
got
repeat, Graham, because I'm thinking you can hit like the replay button of. By the way, Arkansas is about to score here.
Yeah.
and there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Holy Cross is still the only game in the books. North Carolina beat Holy Cross 4-0. And
They're showing Sully on TV. He doesn't look very happy.
yes,
So-
Florida's about to go down in flames, Eric.
They just got to base it, though. So is the Florida the biggest surprise of the day for you guys?
Absolutely.
Well, it's the only final, so I mean, I think the best question is, will there be a bigger surprise? And it's not just Florida losing because it was a 2-3 game, but Florida getting waxed.
How many times do ones get beat? Like maybe once a regional in the Friday game?
Doesn't happen a lot.
I think we've had some years where we don't have any.
I got money on all the SEC teams, all the SEC ones winning.
Yeah,
That's what Graham and I shared yesterday.
Oh, right.
That was the 8-leg parlay.
Yes, sir.
And
Oh,
you
did
can,
Florida's
depending on what
hit a home run?
you can hedge for the Ole Miss game.
Whichever your nightcaps are, if you're 6-0 or heading into the late games, especially now with these weather delays, just kind of calculate where you are. Because, hey, it's not about bragging that you won bets. It's about making the do-re-mi.
Okay, who was that homered for Florida?
Number
That would
6.
be
Bozer.
Bozer, who's been on fire. But Florida's got one out to play with and still down 6.
Check the stats because Sam's got something that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yep. Cincinnati put the foot on the gas early in that one today, too, by the way.
And
Is that because they don't want Phillips out there with the team that steals a ton of bases?
I'm sure.
hey, thanks for catching that, Eric. I'm not just cheesy 80s movie.
What was the reference? I didn't.
Little do-re-mi. You know,
Oh,
do,
got you.
a deer, a female deer, Ray,
Sorry.
a drop of golden sun.
But he tied it into sports betting.
Well, I'm not saying I'm
You may be the only one I know that could
I
do
was
that.
not on the short list for the guys to be Pope Leo the 14th. All right, so
What color was the smoke when you were nominated?
it was orange and blue, and maybe the first time I got eliminated, it may have been a fine golden pilsner. I don't know, but that's not going to hold you out of a Catholic religious office. Dear Lord.
No.
Have you been to a Knights of Columbus?
I can't say I have.
Buckets, man. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon there, and there's a bingo game going, and there ain't an empty glass to be found.
Jay, let me ask you this. I have been meaning to ask you this.
Holy smokes.
The word buckets, like where did that generate from? You're the only person that I know where like that's one of the words, you know?
Well, you change a lot of lifestyle when your kids get old enough to either repeat or emulate what you do. And I have not always been the fine, upstanding self that you see before you. So I have tried to redirect some of the behavioral shortcomings I had. And I used to say, another 2 words that rhymes with buckets, like, oh, bleep it. And it just became buckets, and that's where I am. And that became, I don't know if it's a catchphrase, if it's a crutch, if I don't know any other better way to say it. There is not a funny story to that one.
It's original. I like it.
Florida's done for the day. I think it would see Fairfield tomorrow.
I think they're staying somewhere nicer than the Fairfield.
Maybe not after today.
O'Sullivan may make them sleep outside.
Right.
That dude's hot right now. That dude's running
Yes.
on like 8,000 RPM in like a 4-cylinder Kia.
Yes, he is.
Still no score in Kentucky. I feel like Kentucky's had a lot of base runners so far.
Man, it looks windy in Fayetteville.
Texas isn't exactly separating here.
No,
It's been out hit 5-1, by the way, and leads 2-1.
If there was one thing to get nervous about for Texas, it's been their offense lately.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been a ton of fun to watch.
See if Houston Christian's got a dude. I don't think I even bothered to look that up. Who are they starting today?
Houston Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh, no.
No.
Edwards has delivered 67 pitches.
Okay, he's their best. Although they do have a couple of decent bullpen arms, but yeah, they're going to. Nobody dominant. Not that Edwards is dominant, but I don't know why this is directed to you, Jay.
Well, probably because I said I was pretty impressed with at least the numbers Wake put up across the board pitching. Yeah. And I think one of the things, it speaks a little bit about the internal build of a lot of these teams. It looked like Cincinnati came out, and if they had a bunch of folks there, as some of the folks in the chat have shared, they probably showed up as a pretty ticked off 3. Not unlike who jumped all over Florida. They got tired of hearing about how great Florida was. And we didn't really talk about this enough, I think, and it's my fault because I wrote this down and just didn't get to it because I made a bunch of wisecracks and tried to make people giggle. But we didn't factor in everybody in the SEC is going to be treated like somebody's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it happened. We saw it in the NCAA tournament, especially with some of the mid-level teams that got bids. Now, granted, the SEC had a great tournament in hoops. You had 2 in the 4, 4 in the 8, and you had the title winner. But they also had a whole lot of one-and-doners. And that was because a lot of these mid-majors got tired of hearing about how great the SEC was.
Pick and choose your sport with that. Everybody's sick and tired of the SEC. You don't believe me? Go on social media since the media days have been in Destin this week. Look at the reaction to some of those.
Hey, there's some heavy-hitting talking points, and I know this is a baseball live chat, and we got baseball fans wanting our insight and our input, and I'm all for it. There's a whole different show to be had breaking down what happened in Destin.
Yeah, give us your 2-minute take on that, because I've followed it here and there.
Greg Sankey sounded a whole lot like a whiny schoolgirl. Takeaway 2, it's pretty doggone telling that all the ADs want 9 conference games and the 4-4-2-2-1 16-team playoff breakdown. And if you don't know what that is, that's 4 from the SEC guaranteed, 4 from the Big Ten guaranteed, 2 each from the Big 12, and the ACC. The other highest-ranked non-Power 4 conference champion and 5 at large. The coaches, however, want 5 conference champions and 11 at larges. And the ramifications are huge in the 8-9 split in terms of conference game. Because in my mind, it's going to end the Labor Day spectacular matchups because places like Graham lives in Oxford, Alabama, or Oxford, Mississippi, and where I got educated in Auburn, Alabama, you can't have a year where you only have 5 home games, period.
Yeah, it's not good for the communities.
No, the community can't afford it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like the ADs, they want the 9 games because they make more money. The coaches don't. 9-3 sounds better than going 8-4 if you're a head coach.
Well, you get to control a whole lot of the means by how you work your schedule.
Yeah.
And with that, I mean, the ripple effects. Hey, it's a great thing for the league because if they stay at 8 in a 16-team league, there are going to be some all-time rivalries like Auburn and Georgia. They're going to go by the wayside.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The most positive I got out of this, if you read the Athletic article today, I feel better about the leadership of the NCAA this morning because Commissioner Baker sounded way more like a leader, a guy who knows where he's going, and a guy who knows how to get things done. And he used to be, for God's sakes, he was a Republican governor of Massachusetts, which is like being a Democrat governor of Alabama. I mean, getting elected as a Republican in Massachusetts is something that is impossible to do. So he knows how to play both sides of the fence and get things done. But Mark Emmert would have already changed the name to the NCAA. He would have kowtowed in 45 seconds. Charlie Baker knows how to play the game.
North Dakota State just hit a home run.
They just hit a home run.
They hit 28 all year. He's not still throwing out the stupid idea of expanding the basketball tournament, though, is he?
Yes, they are. Yeah. They really are.
I saw getting into low 70s to mid 70s now. It's too much.
72
I
to
changed
78.
the number.
And the only way you can do that, and now all the good things I just said about him, if they do that without moving it forward rather than moving it back, because college basketball is fooling itself. The NCAA is fooling itself. If they think they can change the tournament and everybody's just watching, they get these huge numbers just because of the basketball and the product. Not only no, but hell to the buckets no. Because the reason the casual fan watches, the reason that Susan in accounting watches is because she filled out a bracket picking which uniform she liked best. And if you eliminate the week by week by week bracket that can be printed on one 8x11 page, then you are completely shooting yourself, not in the foot, in the face. So, I mean, dear Lord, brother, I'm happy to go tangent on a whole lot of things, but I'm passionate about this one.
Well, I think they should change the number. They should change it back to 64.
Hey, and I'll tell you this, all the people clamoring, I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, a little town outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. All the people clamoring about how unfair it is for a mid-major team to win its regular season conference, then get upset, and then not get into the big dance. UTC, that happened to them this year. University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, the Mocs. Gerald Wilkins played there. A couple other first-rounders. They went on to win the NIT. And every UTC fan I know got more enjoyment out of that than going to an NCAA tournament as a 13 seed and getting housed by a 4 seed in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah. Not everybody can be McNeillie State.
Well, McNeillie State ain't going to be McNeillie State anymore because my man Will Wade's in NC State, and North Carolina better get their ducks in a row because NC State's coming because Will Wade can now legally make strong-ass offers.
Yeah. Isn't he from Chattanooga?
No, he's not from Chattanooga. He went to school at Clemson, but he coached here for a couple of years, and he was great. Great to work with. Great. I mean, that guy, he's on the short list of dudes that I could see you look up, and he's like the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder or some NBA team that just goes, oh, my God, this guy can really coach.
Mm-hmm. And he's good with media. Like, he's fantastic.
Fantastic. Now, he's got a body like a pear. I mean, he's got birthing hips.
What inning is Arkansas in?
Second. It's 2-all. How many pitches Jimenez has thrown here?
If Jimenez goes up to pitch for the Atlanta Braves, I can tell you this growing up in Atlanta and being a lifelong Southerner, his name will get changed to Jimenez because I can remember in like the 90s, the Braves had a closer named Alejandro Pena.
Mm-hmm.
And by like 4 months with the Braves, everybody called him Al Pena. I mean, they tried to turn him into some strong-arm right-hander from Coweta County, for God's sakes.
Did Louisville just hit a home run? I think it did. I think that's 6-2 now. They split closing duties then.
Ooh, that's some breaking news. John Davis telling us the tarp coming off in Auburn.
Thank God. I forgot Auburn was even supposed to play baseball. There's been so much rain that it just got lost in the shuffle. But, yeah, they were supposed to start at 1.
They got a night game. They're the last game of the day. Auburn
we got an injury in Houston Christian here. Had a collision on the base paths, I believe.
They were baptizing a guy, and he got a little water in his lungs.
I think he might have got an elbow in his lungs or something. You know, it was a little odd to see Arkansas start Aiden Jimenez. I don't know that has he started all year. And boy, you know that ballpark is getting tight about now.
Yeah, still a long way to go, too.
Gosh, and there's another double for North Dakota State.
I don't know. I didn't know if they would go like the Gackle route, like Beitelschie's, something like that, as opposed to Jimenez. Or who?
He's not fooling anybody.
My man Eric with the Fleur de Lis. A nice update on the weather situation in Red Stick. Eric, I think your boys are going to be salty in football. I think they are going to be experienced and talented.
Do you really?
I really do.
You buying them in week 1 at Clemson?
Yes.
Even though Kelly's 0-3 in those games?
I think Kelly's got a bun. It's not a hot seat. It's a Bunsen burner underneath his chair. And I think the desperation, I mean, you're talking about a coin flip on what NFL team likes either Nussmeier or Klubnik.
Saints. I want the Saints to get Nussmeier
in round 1. And you're talking about an LSU team that crushed in the portal. And I know, hey, Dabo's done a great job recruiting, but his inability, not an inability. His unwillingness to portal is the best way I know to put it in my professional scheme is if I refuse to use a laptop and I wanted to dictate all my stories over the phone, even though it's now legal to get into the portal and do these things, you are only putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Yeah, agreed. You gotta go out and get at least a handful. Like you don't have to get like 12 to 15, but you gotta get a handful.
Eric brings up a fair point. Yes, you lost a great offensive line, and that's an indictment on Brian Kelly. I mean, that team should have won more last year with 4 NFL dudes on the line. But, man, the freshman running back cooked. Your quarterback you trust. I mean, and if we've learned anything in college football over the last handful of years is it doesn't matter who's coaching, who's playing, or what's happening. LSU's got a first-round dude running pass patterns. Period. Yeah. End of conversation.
Yes, they do. That's why I was surprised they didn't use Mason Taylor more at tight end.
Man, he's going to be one of those guys that he's going to have an NFL career. You go, why was he not good in college?
It happened like Michael Thomas at Ohio State.
Yes.
Houston Christian player just left the game after a collision with Jonah Williams.
A lot of people leave the game with a collision with Jonah Williams.
No kidding. Didn't look dirty. I just saw the end of the replay. Didn't look.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. Yeah.
He's going to be
Georgia's
doing that.
Underway. Thank God.
Eric, no one trusts Brian Kelly anymore in Louisiana to bring any kind of championship. I'm really sorry to say that, but it's true. Can't get them reps in game one. The good news is, like, even if they lose that game at Clemson,
won't matter.
Yeah, like you can potentially lose 2 more times.
See, that's the biggest misnomer. And one of the things I left out in my diatribe a minute ago is as they race to expand all these things, I was against expanding from 2 to 4. I was against expanding beyond 4 because all of this is going to devalue the best regular season in sports, and that is college football. Yeah. And anybody who thinks they are expanding for inclusionary reasons are full of crap. This is to allow the Alabamas, Georgias, and the power programs an extra mulligan or 3.
No, look, I think Alabama should have been in the playoffs last year over SMU, but I do not like the guaranteed.
Do you really? You wanted them?
Mm-hmm. I thought they deserved it. I mean, I looked at the schedules backwards, forwards, and sideways.
That Oklahoma game was hard to watch.
Yeah, I know, but give everybody 8 turns against the SEC, and a lot of teams will have one of those. Well, not to mention, I guess you should beat Oklahoma and Vanderbilt and take care of it. But anyway, let's see. Louisville is up 6-2 in Nashville. Oh, it might be more than that. I think Eddie King is just homered, and he did. So that's 7-2, Louisville. Texas still in a battle with Houston Christian. That's 2-1 in the 5th. Texas has got. Oh, did they just steal home? No. They just first and third. Runner on third held at third, and guy on first took second.
Kentucky just had a double.
Still scoreless in that one, though. Cincinnati Wake feels like that's been 11-5 for a minute now. Wake just hit a home run. Any questions, weather notes, pitching changes? Throw that all in the chat. Because we've got 32 games to monitor today. Hopefully we do. Do we think we'll get them all in?
Yes.
What's it looking like in LSU? Somebody give us an update from.
Well, it's a pretty skyline. I mean, it's a lovely ballpark. A lot of pretty girls. Great food.
Somebody just gave us an update. Was it Eric?
Yeah, it's been a few minutes last I looked.
The
ball is really getting out to right in Knoxville today.
Eric said it still hasn't rained, and he hasn't heard any thunder in Baton Rouge yet. But looking at the radar, it's definitely coming. Oh, like I said, he doesn't think LSU's going to start before 6. which is why, again, they played the first game of the day.
Let's check the weather here. Because I hope we're not having any of that tonight. Now it looks like radar's clear here. Possibility of some Sunday. Shout out to the Times Free Press.
Oh, hey, thank you, Sam. We do our best. We got a bunch of people who work hard.
Yeah, Eric, hope you're right. By the way, I think we'll be going live around 10 Central tonight.
I'm a coin flip for that one. I got to be in Cleveland, Tennessee at 7 a.m. with the pitcher.
Oh, Lord. Wow. Don't envy you there.
How far is Cleveland from Chattanooga?
From Signal Mountain.
Oh.
Whew, it's about an hour.
Okay.
And we got to factor in a Starbucks stop because
Yeah, you got to.
So you've got a 5 o'clock wake-up call, don't you?
I boycotted Starbucks for years.
What? Why?
Have I told you the story?
Starbucks or coffee in general?
No, I drink coffee. I mean, I mainline coffee. Are you kidding me? You've seen how I act. About 10 or 12 years ago, Starbucks said they were going to quit selling newspapers.
Oh.
I make my living writing for newspapers.
Yeah.
So I said point blank, if y'all going to quit selling newspapers, I'm going to quit buying your coffee. And it's just, I mean, I'm not mad at them. They can make whatever decisions they want to make, but that the only way I know to fight back is with my wallet.
Yeah.
Of course, now my daughter feels like every time she pitches good, she has a strawberry acai lemonade, no inclusions, ice on the side. And yes, I've memorized the order. So now I have not violated my personal protest, but my money still finds its way into Starbucks' coffers.
You got
to likes those too.
Do you guys have the app? You got to use the app. Get those points. Get you some free drinks.
Dude, do I look like an app guy to you?
Your daughter. Hey, it makes a difference. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. I know you got some app on your phone. You got the ESPN app, I bet.
No.
Really? Where do you get your score updates from?
I'll search by team names. Don't even get me started on my ESPN diatribes.
Oh yeah, the app and the streaming service is brutal. And like the thing they're about to do where you got to pay like $35 a month. Like I don't get it.
It's coming, brother.
They created
it's about to be direct to consumer.
A separate platform for whatever, and they're calling it ESPN, and it's like $30 or $35 a month. You can't watch Major League Baseball. You can't watch the NFL. I mean, it's just like
so to watch what we're watching now will be $35 a month.
Pretty much. It's like who's they tried to.
What about if it's SEC Network stuff?
It depends if you're doing it on TV or on your device. But if you want to do it on your device, they're about to bleed you, brother.
Yeah.
Big time.
Well, I'm sure I'll be buying it because what choice do I have?
No.
Well, considering what you do for a living, sir, I will say this. If you're not writing off a whole lot of this stuff, you're doing it wrong.
Well, I am, but.
Okay. Well, then you're doing it wrong.
It still costs money. Okay. We got it. 7 or 8 minutes before we wrap up. Texas has just put 2 runs on the board and gone up 4-1 on Houston Christian. Kentucky's got 3 now. Georgia's got something going in the first, no runs yet. And let's see. We still just have 2 finals, correct?
Yeah, to my knowledge.
Ooh, Miami's up 3-0 on Alabama early. Who did Alabama start in that one?
I'll pull it up. Eric says he's going back to old school cable. I wish it was that easy.
Yeah, no doubt. And good luck trying to find a pair of rabbit ears if you don't already have them.
Yeah.
Is Radio Shack still in business?
No.
Or do they close?
Folded.
Okay.
No, why? Do you need your VCR fixed, Chris?
No, if you said you were going to get a pair of rabbit ears, that's like the place you would go for that.
Bama started really quick. He hasn't recorded an out yet, and he's given up 3 runs.
Who started?
Quick. Riley Quick.
Oh, no. That's not what they needed.
Are you going to end this at the inside the hour because of the mandate of metrics?
Probably so.
We're going to turn around and come back because we got a lot of folks. I mean, I'm sitting here with nothing to do.
Well, I'm headed to Nashville as soon as we're done
that's
with
right.
this.
That's right.
So
and you got the Ole Miss game. Is Ole Miss still on schedule, Graham?
Yeah, no rain tonight. Yeah, Eric, what you're talking about, that website would be called Stream East, and it's fantastic to watch any game you want to. They're saying just leave the stream up so keep Jay company.
Hey, if you guys want to, have at it.
All right. I'm going to have to pee first, but I got to at least know 30
Not on screen, please.
Well, I'm in my house. If I was at the newspaper, then, we pee in the corner all the time.
I think Trey Phelps just left the yard in Athens.
They're saying in Baton Rouge, 5:05 first pitch.
Yep. Phelps put Georgia up 2-0.
So Georgia hit a home run. Shocker.
I know. Bethune-Cookman just hit a home run in Tallahassee.
Yeah, they were getting love in the chat earlier. Somebody was saying they're playing really hard. Boy, whatever just happened in this Texas game, they just took like 2 hours to review it. Just play at the plate.
How many Norbies are there in East Carolina? Just
how
2?
How many what?
Norbies. Somebody said Ethan Norby had a game today. Came up big for them.
Sam wants to know if there's anything fresh on Boys World, Chris.
That's your department.
What? How did I know?
You started this. You started
no,
this.
No. I
Don't put that on me.
On this.
Don't put that on me.
I did not start this. I'm like no. I'm the inventor who gets credit after. I'm Abner Doubleday. I'm the one who gets credited with inventing this when some other dude invented baseball like 12 years earlier.
That's Boyd's World, Boyds, for anybody in the chat who's new.
Okay.
Just gonna clear that up. Texas, won the review. There was a bang play at the plate. Went to replay. The run held. That was 4, and now somebody has just singled in another one for the Longhorns. So that's 5-1 now. So Texas is starting to separate.
That'd be the first. Is that the farthest along, Graham, of any one seed in our 8-leg parlay that pays plus 120?
I believe so.
Gosh.
Hey, quick actual on-topic tangent for you guys. If rain does win this afternoon, do you think that juggles some of the conversations about whether guys were going to pitch bullpen games, starter games, or even not go with ones in a 1-4 matchup?
I think
That's
it would
a great
impact.
question.
Yeah, I think it would definitely impact your game plan.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it makes sense.
By the way, it's support the channel time. Game time sidekicks. If you have not seen these things, these are the most fantastic beverage containers you've ever seen. They are now partners with our show. Go to Game Time Sidekicks. Get 10% off your order with promo code SE16. These things are fantastic. The paint, I don't know what it is. It's almost like an enamel paint. It is not coming off. It is really, really high quality stuff. Prices are very reasonable. You can get officially licensed stainless steel drinkware. All SEC schools, over 350 more universities. So it's not just the SEC ones. You can get them for your own team. Top of the market quality as far as contraction and ice retention. All logo printing and product decoration is done in Knoxville, Tennessee. Tons of designs and logos for each school. They even have a college vault line, which very few brands have a right for those. They make stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, shaker cups, anything else. They got all kinds of stuff. Their product is unbelievable. So check it out. Help out the folks who help our show. Go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Again, promo code SE16.
Their stuff's great. We perused the website, and they actually said they were going to send us one, and that's great, and I appreciate it. And but it's going to cost me like $122 because everybody in the family wanted one.
Yeah, well, they'll love them. Father's Day coming up in how many weeks? I guess 2 weeks?
Yes.
3? Yeah. Usually during Omaha. That's a phenomenal Father's Day gift. In fact, my dad might be getting one.
Hopefully he's not watching. Hopefully it'll be a surprise. By the way, this is the most people I've ever seen at Foley Field.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kentucky, did we mention they started Ben Cleaver today?
We did this morning.
Because he is dealing in.
Well, that's good too, because one of my other bets was Kentucky on the money line.
Yeah, Yep, that is good. So it's the 8-leg parlay. All 1 seed SEC teams to beat the 4 seed. Kentucky over West Virginia. And what was the other one?
And I had to pay big juice, but at minus 250, an SEC team to win it all.
Win it all, yeah. Which to me, that's you got to feel good about that bet.
By the way, Rylan Zaborowski in the lineup today for Georgia. Just a note.
He is or isn't?
He is.
Okay.
Let me see how many pitches Ben Cleaver's at, because that's something I want to keep an eye on. Because 100, 105 is about where he ends. And he's halfway there. So he's on track to get to 6, maybe 7 if they're lucky.
Yeah, but that's plenty. In a game win, especially if you pull away.
That's not the issue. It's the bullpen.
Well, I know it's a bullpen, but now you got to encourage your bats to make certain it's not 3-1 when Cleaver puts his elbow in ice. It's 8-2.
He's at 53 right now, Chris. Yeah, like that's about half of what he can do. Well, gentlemen, let's get out of here so we can get to ballparks. We'll be back tonight around 10 o'clock Central is what we're shooting for. We will wrap up the games that are still going and the ones tonight. So I hope you'll catch that. Hit the subscribe button and give our channel a like if you don't mind. That helps us out with analytics and all. May your favorite team win tonight. Have a good time watching it. For Jay Greason, Graham Doty, I'm Chris Lee. We'll be back with more baseball content tonight at Southeastern 16.